Are you shooting? Get some of this.
Anything good in there?
I think it's beer!
Welcome back to another holiday-themed episode of the Times Leader Beer Gang. As you can see, we got the Christmas tree in the background. We had a little bit of a change of scenery this week. But as always, we strive to bring you the latest and sometimes greatest in new beers, but I don't think that happened this week. This week we tried another holiday-themed beer. This is Sheetz' Project Happy Hole-idayz. It's a collaboration with the North Carolina-based Wicked Weed Brewing Company, and it's brewed with Sheetz' very own vanilla donut holes. And I hated it. I don't know how else to really branch out into what to say about this, but it is a pale ale that has been brewed with vanilla donut holes, and it's just really not good. I don't know. Joe, what do you want to say about it?
Wow, there was nothing happy about it at all, in my opinion. It was not, to me, it wasn't a good beer. It's not a beer I would ever drink again. It's not a beer that I even finished the first can of, which, so far this is the first one where I've just put the can down and said, you know what, this beer's not for me. Now, if you kind of like a beer that has a strange aftertaste of somewhat tastes like maybe a glazed donut, maybe that's for you. It wasn't for me. It was not good.
It to me it tasted like somebody just took an IPA, or it's not quite as bitter as the standard IPA, but it's definitely along those lines. And somebody just stirred some donut glaze into it, and they're just confusing flavors together. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, there's sometimes things that shouldn't go together. Now, everybody likes donuts and everybody likes beer.
You would
At least
think.
you would think if you're watching this, you like beer.
Yeah.
So you think, maybe a donut flavored beer would be good. Not so. A few years ago, they came out with a bacon flavored vodka. And, I love bacon and I like vodka, so I thought, hey, what could be better? Bacon makes everything better. Well, I can tell you firsthand, bacon does not make vodka better. It was ooh. Now, maybe if you were using it to make a Bloody Mary or something, people tell me it's fine. But if you were just drinking it as I like to drink my vodka straight, it tasted like, I had a friend who described it, it tasted like feet. And it was very accurate. This stuff doesn't quite taste like feet, but it does not taste like something that I would want to drink.
Ben, what did you think of it? Because I know your opinion wasn't as bad as ours.
No, see... So, yeah, it was a pale ale. You didn't get that IPA bitterness.
Right.
But, at the same time, I do like a normal, just a pale ale. Rollin' Rock happens to be my just go-to beer. Mm-hmm. That's an extra pale ale. This was a very flavorless ale with a glazed donut aftertaste. And it tasted just like a Sheetz glazed, Munchkin. Mm-hmm. It was not what you would want to have as an aftertaste for a beer. Personally, it's one of those things that, my original opinion wasn't as bad. I didn't think it was as bad as you guys did, but I also, like Joe, did not finish that.
Right. I think it's telling that this is the first time that we've bought a bunch of these beers, and we have several of them sitting in front of us unopened.
It wasn't.
Because none of us wanted to return to it. The way I describe the flavor is confusing. It's two separate things. You can taste them very separately in your mouth, and it just doesn't work together. I cannot recommend this at all. However, if you feel the need to try this for some reason, it will be available at Sheetz locations throughout the rest of the holiday season.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like our open clerk Maria, who said that you guys can't describe something like this and then not let me try it. So I mean, hey, if that's how you guys are feeling, go for it.
I think a lot of times with things like this, there's a sort of morbid curiosity. If somebody tells you it's really bad, you might be more inclined to try it.
If you don't believe us, or if you want to try it yourself, I don't think it was, what was it?
It was like $8 for a 4-pack.
For 4 cans, so it's not a hefty investment, but I would warn you though, be prepared unless you really like your beers tasting a bit unusual.
Right.
You're probably not going to like this one.
And for what it's worth, it has a relatively low ABV, only about 6%.
Compared to our last few.
Yeah, compared to the last few that sort of knocked us out with their pretty high ABV. So it's like, if you, for some reason, like this significantly more than we do, this is definitely something you could probably drink in a session if that's what you're all about. But
if you're maybe you're just a big fan of Sheetz and you've got that Sheetz tattoo on your shoulder and you want to support and you think the beer is fantastic, and hey, that's great if you do, but it's not for me.
Yeah, if you want to give it a shot, it's certainly not the priciest beer in the world. You wouldn't be throwing away too much money.
And if you disagree with us, you could always hit us up at our Twitter account and let us know that we're wrong. And Ben, the Twitter account is?
It's TL_beergang.
Yep.
And if you enjoy our videos, which I know you do because you're watching up to this point, consider helping us out and taking a Times Leader subscription by calling 570-829-5000.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching this one, and we will be back again next week, in which we will be talking about Evil Genius's beer, which is called Santa, I Know Him. I don't know, man. But stay tuned for another Christmas episode next week.